Hey everyone, Tristan back with another video, and in this video I am reviewing the WA8 WA8 Eclipse portable tube headphone amplifier and DAC. And this is it here, and as you can see, it is got a really nice build quality. It's all like anodized aluminum. This is it in space gray, and it matches pretty well my space gray MacBook Pro, as you can see here in the picture. Maybe not 100% exact match, but really pretty close. So really attractive. This thing is almost feels like it's built like a tank. It's like 2.5 pounds, and it is just really a solid device. The engineering on it and the design of it is just really solid. So let's see here. It is, again, a full tube amplifier. I will post a link in the description field where you can read what kinds of tubes they are. But as you can see here, it is on. It is transportable, so it actually has a battery in it, and you can actually run this portably if you want to for about 3.5 hours straight before you have to charge it. It comes with a charger, an AC adapter charger to charge the built-in lithium-ion battery. And it also comes with a USB cable as well. This runs both on Android devices as well as iOS devices. And it has a built-in ESS-based DAC, which is capable of up to 24-bit 384 kilohertz. So let's go ahead and go over the device a bit, and I'll talk also on how it sounds and stuff. So on the back panel, starting here at the top, you actually have an input here. It's a 3.5 millimeter line input. So if you want to bypass the internal DAC of this and use your own DAC, you can use the output of another DAC and plug into here and just use this as an amplifier. You've got your USB input here. Here is the power on-off switch, and here is the charge jack. And going around to the front here, you can see it says WA8 Eclipse. Here is the glass window with the 3 tubes. And also here is a 4 LED battery indicator, so this will tell you how much charge you have left on the internal batteries. On the front panel, you've got a regular 1/4-inch headphone output jack and a 3.5 millimeter headphone output jack. That's a single-ended amplifier. And then here is the volume control right here. And then on the top panel, you can see metal vents here for the tubes to let the heat out, of the tubes and to let it cool. And then you've got a switch here to switch from 2 tubes to 3 tubes. So you're able to customize the sound a little bit by flipping that switch. Now you want to make sure it's off before you do that, otherwise you're going to hear a pop. It's not really protected for that. So before switching between 2 and 3 tubes, make sure the unit is off. Now this is not really for tube rolling or anything like that. The only sort of customizations you can do in terms of the sound is using the switch for either 2 tubes or 3 tubes. The tubes are replaceable, but they are soldered into little circuit boards so WU has to actually replace them. However, the tubes are rated for in excess of 5,000 hours, so you won't be having to send this back into WU to have the tubes replaced anytime soon. What WU really tried to do with this is create desktop performance in a transportable amplifier, and I think they really succeeded. Yeah. So this is pretty heavy, and it does weigh 2.5 pounds. I think this is ideal as a transportable amp. It's something that you want to bring to work with you, but maybe take home on the weekends and not leave at your desk. Or if you want to listen to music in another part of your house away from your main rig or something like that. So if you want that nice, warm, sort of lush tube sound in a transportable setup, the WA8 Eclipse is really going to be hard to beat. I think WU Audio did accomplish what they set out to do with this amplifier, and that is provide desktop Class A performance and sound in a transportable or even portable amplifier. So I think in that respect it works in very many different kinds of situations, and it's very versatile. Operationally, it is a full tube amp, so it does run pretty hot, and the whole chassis sort of serves as a heat sink. So you don't want to put this in any kind of case or anything like that, and you want to have it good ventilation, because the case does get pretty warm. And again, you don't want to cover the top grill or anything like that, because heat kind of emanates from here, from the tubes. And as you can probably see, I've got this on right now, and the tubes are glowing right there in there. Something I've noticed that if you keep it vertically, like on a desk or something like this, it just gets kind of warm to the touch. I did try putting it down on the desk like this, and it got a lot hotter. You can run it that way, but I think WU really prefers you to run it vertically for maximum heat dispersion. And as you can see on the bottom, you've got 2 little rubber strips right here so that you can set it down on a desk, without scratching or damaging the desk or anything like that. So how does the WA8 sound? It sounds very lush and what you would expect from a full tube amplifier. It's got plenty of power to drive almost any headphone that I have thrown at it. It outputs 350 milliwatts of power. Now that may not sound like much to you, but it's really a myth that you need anything more than 1 watt of power for a headphone. The main factor with regards to powering headphones is actually gain. You want to have enough gain coming out of the amplifier, but the actual wattage itself, it's really a myth that you really need like multiple watts of power to drive headphones. This amp is also very quiet with IEMs, in-ear monitors. Even though it's a tube amp, you don't hear like that hissing, in the silence and stuff like that that you would on some tube amplifiers. And yet at the same time, it is a very powerful amp in terms of the gain. When using the volume control on any headphones that I tried it with, it had plenty of power and I was never even able to get the volume up, even up halfway before it was like super loud. So this amplifier really does pack plenty of gain and power for virtually most all headphones. Now in terms of the sound signature of the WA8, it is a full tube amplifier, so you're going to get that nice warm and lush sound out of it. Unlike tube amplifiers, it has really nice smooth mids and vocals. So that is definitely something that I noticed with this. Also, the DAC that's included in it sounds pretty good. They actually did a very good job in terms of tuning that. The DAC seems to have plenty of detail, and it being mixed with the tubes, I think, is a good balance in terms of the overall sound signature that the WA8 Eclipse provides. When comparing the sound of the WA8 to other devices that I have, such as the Chord Mojo as well as the Chord Hugo TT, it certainly sounds more on the warm side and offers a bit of a more mid-range presence, although it perhaps is not quite as resolving or as acute in terms of the micro details as what I hear from the output of the chords. However, that would be expected because this is a tube amplifier. And comparing the sound signatures of two different technologies like that in some ways is like comparing two different alien technologies. The technologies are different and both of them sound great, and it really comes down to what your personal preference is in terms of listening to tubes or listening to solid state. So it comes in space gray as you see in this video. It also comes in black, and they also have a gold version. The black and the space gray models sell for just under $1,800, $1,799. And they also have a gold version which sells for $100 more, $1,899. It also comes in this nice Pelican type case as well to transport it, which is really sturdy, and also has like a little lanyard here too. So this is it in the case. So to sum up, I would say if you're looking for a transportable tube amplifier, this is going to be hard to beat. It's got a really nice lush sound, very engaging and involving, and again, it's very versatile in that you can use it in small places if you don't have a lot of room. You can use it in an office, and you can use it transportably as well. The battery in it lasts, again, about 3.5 hours to 4 hours. So even if you're going on an airplane flight or something, you can listen to your music and you can listen to tube amplification portably. So that's pretty unique. So thanks for watching. This has been my look of the Woo Audio WA8 Eclipse Transportable Tube Amplifier. For questions in community, please see the comments field, and I will see you in my next video.